Well, hello everyone. I'm on the Natchez Trace, which is this right here. I guess I expected more, but all I see is a gate. Maybe there's a visitor center somewhere. Cold front's coming in here in the south, so I couldn't resist it, and I wanted to do this. I'm at mile 442, according to that little post over there. It's supposed to be down the 50s in the morning. I think I'm going to go to the first campground and call it a day. I'm a little tired. Close that where you can hear me. It's cool when you're moving. Got up here kind of late, started. It's I think after 2. Can't really see it. Yeah, it's after 2 in the afternoon. A little warm sitting still. It was cold this morning when I got up for me. For being in Georgia, I mean, it was like in the low to mid 60s, I think, in the North Georgia mountains where I live, which isn't cold, but as hot as it's been, and then suddenly to be that cold, kind of a shock and surprise when I walked out the door. But anyway, I'm on the Natchez Trace. I'm just outside of Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm heading south. There was a Kroger right before I got to the entrance, and I put an extra gallon of gas in there, filled it up. I had knobbies on here, and I took those off and put some old K60 Scouts that I've had stuck back. Thought I'd try to use them on up. They're pretty road friendly, similar to the Trail Max Mission. They're high mileage tires. I got to be back home. This is Monday, and I got to be back home this weekend. Maybe I'll have time for a few attractions. Along the way. I don't know a whole lot about this, except it's a national park all the way down to Natchez, Mississippi. Hey, maybe this. Here we go. See a sign? Where does that go up there? Natchez Trace Parkway. I guess I expected to see that sooner. I guess it's a little path out here. like to get a map of this thing. I downloaded a GPX route, and for some reason it's not wanting to cooperate with me. It is a gorgeous day. And it was cold enough this morning. I had this jacket on. You can see me in the mirror this morning with a liner. Wow, this bridge is high. Got a really big fence with a barbed wire top. Beautiful trail down through there. I think this is supposed to be a little memorial to the War of 1812. I don't think I'm going to stop at many of these today. I just want to get to camp. I'm kind of tired. There's a memorial, I guess, up there. This is where I camped on a wonderful place, at least last night. Might get crowded on the weekends, but there wasn't but a handful of people in here last night, the whole campground. Nobody anywhere near me. Day 2. This is the Meriwether Lewis campground. I had a wonderful night here last night. Had some people get jammed in a campsite with a motorhome. Where was it? Might have been that one. No, it was this one coming up right here. I went down here and helped hold the slack in the rope. They had the fire department had to come up here and park the truck in there and rope to that tree right there with a pulley on another tree to try to pull that tree back enough to get that thing unhung. It just snapped in between awnings. The tree did. It didn't damage your motorhome, very little. But they couldn't get it out. They couldn't go forward. They couldn't go back. Kind of weird. That's the first loop. There's actually 2 loops, and I didn't know it until after I'd already set up. I didn't even know this loop down here was here. You might could hear me better now. There's pull-throughs, but they didn't really get the trees far enough out. A big motorhome could get through them. I guess some you could, some you can't. You have to be careful. Went for a long walk this morning. It's after 9, I think, now. It's hard to see. I think, yeah, 9:43. So I got a late start today, but like I said, I went for a long walk. Talked to several people. An old cabin right over there, looks like. A cabin. I don't know how old it is. I'm not sure how to get there. I think I've got 200 miles roughly to do today, about 200. Well, might help to lower the gear a little bit. could have walked down here. If I just went a little further, I would have been here. Pioneer Cemetery. For the last week in August, it is cool. Cool weather. This route is a paved road, belongs to the National Park Service that follows the Trace, which is it was an old pioneer road trail, I guess. Road or trail, maybe both. Grinder House. There's stuff everywhere in here. Glen Rock Branch picnic area. Absolutely beautiful little spot. Stupid's right up there. Not making very good time today. Cemetery right up there, just out of sight. Saw it coming down. And my mic stopped working, so maybe you can hear me on this. It's a beautiful day. It's cool, it's comfortable. And I'm just lazy. I keep wanting to stop. Look around. Plenty of places to do that here. Speed limit's been about 50 miles an hour. Occasionally it'll get to 55. I think I'm about 360 something miles from the end. Hadn't really been paying attention. I know I'm still a long ways from where I wanted to camp. Still in Tennessee too, I think. Should be in Alabama soon. mile marker 338 going south. First road to the left past it. First road to the left again. You park right over there where Stupid is. But I was told by a guy I really need to see this. This is a one person made it. It was a memorial to his grandmother, I understand. She was an Indian who got shipped away, and she came back here because she said where she was, the water, the streams didn't sing. Don't know why I said water. Anyway, the streams didn't sing, so she moved back to the area and she died, and her grandson built this by hand. He wore out 10 pickup trucks hauling all these rocks, and it's pretty incredible. The guy told me how many wheelbarrows he wore out, and God, it was like tens of thousands of pairs of gloves. Apparently it took him many years to do it. It's on private property. There's a house right back there, but they don't mind people coming and looking. It's not directly on the trace. It's very close to it. I mean, almost shouting distance from the road itself. But isn't this incredible? And it just keeps going. And I'm not making good time at all. I keep stopping, but I did find a map. There was a visitor center in Collinswood that had free maps of the trace, and the guy marked this on the map, and he's the one that told me about it, and I'm so glad he did. It just keeps going. I'm not going to walk the whole thing. It's just amazing. It's amazing. The story behind it's just as amazing. Saw a sign back there that said Waterloo with an arrow on it. I remember that little town from Trans-America Trail. I think I camped. I think this is the same lake. But, I camped on. Which was free camping, as I recall. Got it in a video on the Trans-America Trail somewhere, and all that YouTube stuff. Creek Mound, and I just crossed into Mississippi. Next stop, I think, is Tupelo, somewhere in there for gas. Still got plenty though, it shows, but it goes down fast after half a tank. I'm at the Choctaw Lake recreational area near Ackerman, Mississippi. Stayed here last night. I made my way into the campground after going around the closed road area. I had trouble with that. GPS kept leading me in circles, and finally got around that, and then I got to the campground and it was closed. They had it blocked. So that was the Busby campground. Jim Busby, Jeff Busby, something campground. It was closed, so I found this place, and it's off the trace, of course. So now I gotta find my way back to it and try the next campground further south. Might stop here on the way back. It is a beautiful morning. It's cool enough in Mississippi in August I had to put a jacket on. I'm at Choctaw Lake recreation area near Ackerman, Mississippi, and I'm leaving. Beautiful campground. $20 a night, $13 with a pass. $13, I got a shower in the campsite. Got in here a little late for me. I guess it was about 5:30. I run into some construction on the trace that slowed me down, and then the trace was completely closed. I didn't really film all that. I was kind of frustrated. It was trying to rain. The campground I was going to, which was on the trace, the next free one down, was closed when I finally found my way there using the GPS, which kind of led me on a mess trying to get around that bypass and all. It got a little confused, or I got a little confused, probably a lot of both. This is all national forest. Go ahead, I think back down to Ackerman maybe. Fuel up and maybe find some breakfast. It's starting to get warm now. It was chilly this morning. Got out of the tent, had to put a jacket on. Really cool weather from what I remember out of Mississippi from my travels through it. It's not just the heat, it's the humidity. It is in Georgia where I live too, but it seems to be worse down in Mississippi to me. I'm at the French camp. I followed from Ackerson bypass signs for the closure, and it took me down to French campus where I came back in. Hey, it came up then. Okay, mic's working. And I put the next campground in the GPS, and it's taking me down the trace now, so that'll help. My advice: read closely the National Park Service Natchez Trace. Show you where the road's closed down here and where I came in. Read closely their website. I did this morning. I read it. Now GPS is talking to me. Anyway, I read their website and their warnings, and it's French camp right up there. It's a nice little town. And right here's where the road's closed. And I looked at road closures, and I figured I'd find a bypass when the time come. I didn't think much about the campground being closed. It is on there that it's closed, but I don't really know why, because I put it in the GPS, and when I got off the trace, it took me right around the closure and right to the campground. Rode right under the trace itself, so you can get to it without being on the closed road, but the campground's still closed. And I should have read more closely. It would have saved me a little frustration. It was trying to rain there. Let's click one. Most of the trace is just like this. It's just riding down a really beautiful paved road that's 180, the mile marker sign right there. So you got to go down to near 180 to get back home. But the trace is mostly just like this, with probably hundreds of stops. And I'm definitely not, I'm stopping at a few, but not many. Not far from Jackson, Mississippi. I don't think I go right through Jackson. I think I kind of skirt the suburbs. Beautiful lake out here. I'm camped right here. This is Rock Springs Campground. Stupid's right down there. I'm up on a bank, and I could ride that motorcycle right up through here, no problem, but I figured if I did, because people can't really see what's up here, they would park there and come up here thinking they could camp. So I left it down there. And up this bank, it's quite private and quite large. It's a very big area. When you get over in here, it's got 3 picnic tables. Don't know why. Maybe it was a group camp, or maybe it is. I don't know. It's got 2 bathrooms here. One of them is working and one is not. No showers, flush toilets, and a sink with running water, but no potable water. There's no water here. What's up there? Yeah, the afternoon, it was just, God. Mississippi I was used to from before was after me today. I guess I run out of that cold front that's coming down. Temperatures in the 90s here. I started just getting hot. I came here and I got here like 1:30 or 2 o'clock. I thought about going on to the end, but it was so hot and I was miserable. I just pulled up a chair under a shade and run a little fan on me wide open and drunk a bunch of Gatorade. So tomorrow I'm gonna finish this thing up. I think I got a little over 50 miles left. And then I'm gonna head home. I thought about going back up to that campground near Ackerman. I thought it was going to be kind of on the way, but looking back at it now, it's north, but it's not east enough. So I need to go in the direction more of Birmingham. So I'll probably just hit the interstate, take it, and see what I can find later on that day. Hopefully I'll run north and get in cooler weather. Talk to you in the morning. I had to stop and change the battery in the camera. There's an Indian mound for you. I would have thought it was just a hill. Mangum Mound. All right, back to the trace. Finally got cell service right here at the mound. Messages started popping up on my phone. Don't remember if I mentioned it. This visor down. I don't remember if I mentioned it, but there was no cell service, at least on Verizon. It might have been on AT&T or some other network, but I couldn't get anything with Verizon there. And I got it back here at the Indian Mound. Mile left. Is this the end? I guess it is. Doesn't look like it goes on.